Hello everyone, so today I'm making a video comparing the Assassin's Creed games to the Assassin's Creed books. Now, many of you will be thinking, why would there be books for a game franchise? And if so, how are they not terrible? Now I'm going to tell you why. Because these books, all of them that I have in front of me, I don't have some of them here because some of them I don't know where they are, some of them, but they're good books. Now, I think, personally, they're on a par with the games. But most people would believe that the games are better. Assassin's Creed 2 is better than the book of it, which I don't know where that book is, but Assassin's Creed 2 is better than anything. Now, this is the book on Unity, which is basically Assassin's Creed Unity from Elise de la Serre's perspective. Now, this, from what I've read, I haven't finished it yet, is better than Unity, story-wise, if you get me. Now, Brotherhood. Now, if the graphical sex scene at the start of Brotherhood wasn't enough, then this will be, because that describes that in so much detail. This is basically a very detailed Brotherhood. This is probably not as good as the game, I wouldn't say, but this book is still great. Now, onto Revelations, which I somehow have managed to get pen all over the front. I have no idea what I've done to these books. They've been sat here for some reason. But this book is pretty good. I like it. It's a great read. I've finished it. It's a great read, and I'd recommend it like the others. And now, Forsaken, 10 times better than the game. This is based on Haytham Kenway's perspective. This is the best out of the books. This is definitely by far the best out of the books, which makes up for 3, because 3 was the worst out of the games, I believe. So this is 10 times better than anything that came out of Assassin's Creed 3, the game. Now, onto the other one that we have here, which is the Secret Crusade. I know there are some not here, but 2 and Black Flag, which I'll talk about momentarily. This one was absolutely fantastic. The game's just set around a few months in Altair's life at 25 years old, roughly. This one is his entire life, from start as a child to his death at 95 years old, which occurs as one of the flashbacks in Revelations. So, I recommend, if you want to read these books, definitely do it in order. This one first, then go with Renaissance, which is the 2 book, then Brotherhood, Revelations, then Forsaken, well, maybe Black Flag, then Forsaken, then I would go and read Unity, which is basically all the Oliver Bowden Assassin's Creed books, which we're going to be talking about. So, let's get on to Assassin's Creed Renaissance, which is based on Assassin's Creed 2, which is an amazing read. It goes into detail with Leonardo da Vinci, which is pretty cool, I find. And it also goes into detail of Ezio, and it shows a young Ezio. It kind of shows a development. It's very good with character development. The game is. It is effectively amazing, like the game. It's based on a great story. And Black Flag is actually down here, so we're going to go on to talking about that. Why the hell is it down there? But Black Flag. Now, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, the book, was also pretty good. This book just goes into just detail with killing people. It's brilliant. One of these books involves ripping someone apart from the groin up, which is just amazing. So the detail in these books written by Oliver Bowden is just absolutely fantastic. So I would really recommend these books to you guys if you're Assassin's Creed fans, because how many is there? 6 of them. All 7 of them are amazing. Now onto the games. Now the games are also really good, with the exception of Unity and 3. All the games are amazing in my opinion. So I'm going to tell you why. Assassin's Creed 2 was just story-wise amazing. Assassin's Creed 3 was revolutionary in gaming and just brilliant in its own ways. It was a bit repetitive, yes, but most Assassin's Creed games do turn out to be like that, and even the best ones are in some ways. But the story in these games are very good in most cases. Assassin's Creed 3 had some good elements to it. It had an amazing open world that I liked a little bit. It wasn't like, anything like to do mine, but it was nice to explore, and I loved exploring it. Assassin's Creed Unity had its own optimization issues, but the world was so full of life and so much to do that you're still probably about 50% complete right now. Black Flag was a massive game, it had a lot of fun, and it was just amazing. All the games have something in common, they're all fun for at least good 4 days if you on the trot before you actually get bored of them. So I would honestly recommend that you play the games and read the books if you intend to do anything. If you intend to do anything with a franchise, you have to play the games and read the books. Well, the books are optional, but if you read the books, you have to play the games. And if you play the games, you don't quite have to read the books, but you can still read the books. I would still recommend it, as the books are quite entertaining and still very fun in their own respects. So I would highly recommend that you go and play the games and read the books, which would be quite awesome. So, you know, I think that, in my opinion, the games and the books are just as good as each other. You can't really compare them. Books, games, same franchise. The books are amazing, fun. They're different in their own respects, and they're really fun to play, and they're just brilliant fun. They're just brilliant fun. The games are fun. The books are fun to read. They're a great read. Oliver Bowden's a great writer, and he's great at these books. So these books are written by Oliver Bowden. Those are the books that I'd recommend anyway. I'm not sure about the other ones. I don't know about the other authors, but Oliver Bowden has to be the best author for the Assassin's Creed books. So I recommend both, because I can't really put one above the other, as I love the franchise so much that I can't say that the books are better than the games or the games are better than the books, when they're all as good as each other, in all fairness, because really the books have pros and cons, the games have pros and cons. The books' pros and cons being that you can't actually control anything, the game's pros and cons being that, well, the book's cons being that you can't control anything, the game's cons being that sometimes things aren't fluid and sometimes it doesn't feel as immersive. And the pros of the books being the story's fluid and immersive and very fun, and the pros of the games are the fact that you can control your character, and the thing is, one's pro is another one's con. So in all fairness, if you want the best out of the franchise, then you have to do both things, otherwise you aren't really going to get that enjoyment and that satisfaction that you should get in playing the Assassin's Creed franchise and reading the Assassin's Creed books, because the Assassin's Creed books and franchise, well, the books, the games and the books, the entire franchise is just one big bundle of fun if you unbundle it the way you should, reading the books as you play the games, for perhaps, like, you know, having a bit of fun. And, you know, I'd recommend playing the games first, then reading the books well, afterwards, because that way you'd understand a bit more when you start off, because some of the things in the books seem a bit, you know, confusing. So, or you can do it the other way around and read the books, and then the game will make so much more sense when you start. I also recommend doing that, because the games are quite fantastic, actually, in their own way, and so are the books. They've all got something about them, and I'd recommend them all, because the games have their interesting points, the books have their interesting points. Altogether, it just makes you understand everything, and you'll understand more than what the story tells you in the games as well. You'll know the characters, you'll know everything, you'll know the truth, the facts. Or you could play the games and read the books at the same time. Recommended that I'd play the game that the book you're reading is about at the same time, so I'd recommend starting with the Secret Crusade, then ending with I'd end with Unity. So yeah, really, these games are all just amazing. So that's my opinion. I think that these games are all, it's a great franchise. It's gone a bit faded recently, but the books have made up for that as of recent, so that's why I think the books are great. But the games have always been the centre of the attention in the franchise, because the games are just, they're so chilling, with the soundtracks, the storyline, the system, the engines, and it's just so much fun, and I would recommend everything. So I simply cannot rank one above the other, but if I had to, ultimately, I would have to be loyal to the franchise and how it started and say that the games are indeed better than the books just a bit, because the games to start with, especially 1 through Revelations, have, well, two through Revelations actually are the best games, and then it kind of fades and the books take control. So the books are better in Assassin's Creed for the sake of, well, the books are better in the cases of Assassin's Creed 1, Forsaken, no, not Forsaken, Forsaken, Black Flag, and Unity, and they're not as good in the cases of other games, such as other games such as the Ezio trilogy, which the games took mantle of. The games were effectively better than the books in those particular entries in the franchise. So, all in all, I think that the books and the games all have their ups and downs, and there's no real way of finding one that's better. I think it really depends on whether you'd enjoy playing a game more than you would reading a book come the end of the day. So, I would say that basically they're the same. Books, games, they're all as good as each other, so I can't really rank one over the other when it comes to this, especially with the Oliver Bowden books. I haven't read the others. This is the Oliver Bowden books. We'll have that in brackets next to books. But anyway, guys, this comes to the end of the video. I hope this has been insightful for you guys if you're wondering about the books and the games. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and I will see you all next time. Please subscribe if you are new. We are almost at 500. We are 18 away, which is 482. So please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully. So thanks for watching, guys. See ya!